Welcome back to a very delayed, in more ways than one, Higurashi Tatarigoroshi. Took like 20 seconds to load up there, and it's been 11 days since I recorded, apparently, for this. Like I said at the end of the previous part, it's like, well, I didn't say in the previous part, but October, man, I completely forgot all about it. I've done recording for one LP for October. I've got like 10 parts recorded. Haven't edited the 10th part yet. And there's another LP that I'll eventually get around to recording as well. Just hectic with that. But there's also, like I said in the previous part, got an actual class at college. Mondays, Tuesdays. It's Monday now. So I just got back from there. I went there last week as well. But I also go there on the Thursday as well to do language courses. And I finished a Japanese one. And guess what I've decided to choose now? Of all the languages select, I chose Mongolian. Why? Well, I actually have an answer to that question. There's one freaking rock band I stumbled upon when I randomly browsed the Wikipedia page for Mongolia, called Haranga. They are the first Mongolian rock band, which I didn't even know was a thing until I'd actually looked up about it. And I'm curious of what the lyrics are and all that. I doubt that this course will lead me to actually fully understand it, but give me maybe a basic understanding of the language. And I just find it kind of funny. I'm looking off to the side there at this globe I've got on my desk and staring me right in the face. Mongolia. Mongolian is kind of weird. It's like more European sounding than Asian sounding. Like yes is tune, no is ukwe, telephone uts, or something like that. I can't remember. Some of the pronunciation's kind of odd. Good morning is Oglumine Minte. Good afternoon, Audrey Minte. Good evening, Ochi Minte. Please, I jam more. Thank you. Bye, Fla. That kind of makes me think of Welsh with the pronunciation on that one. Thank you very much. Ik bye, Fla. And that ik, it sounds a bit German. Sorry, Ochlara. Hello, Senbeno. It's just like, they obviously got more from the European languages. Even the writing kind of reminds me of Russian. So they were clearly a bit more influenced with that. I'm just like, maybe it's just like, it was just like, you know what, we're not even going to bother taking influence from the Chinese language. They built a wall to keep us out back in the day. But fuck them. We'll go with our other neighbors instead and develop our language. Screw you. I know. It's kind of random though. I don't know how the hell they pronounce toilets in Mongolian, but that's one of the phrases I wrote down. That is on the course, and I cannot figure out what the hell pronunciation is. But anyways, word of the day shall be, for, Japanese with this one, shall be... now let's go with different, let's see. Jugyo. Maybe that's how it's pronounced. Jugyo. Class. That's fitting because, starting the class, and it's kind of odd so far. Like, let me just describe the environment, right? My phone's ringing, I don't care, it's loud, and it'll probably ring for a while. Probably a wrong number, I always assume that's the case. It's distracting, but just ignore it. So like maybe 12 people overall together, and like most of them don't even show up since the first day, honestly. It's like dwindling numbers half time. Like on Tuesday last week there was only 5 of us. Today there was a bit more than that, but not all of the class was there. But anyways, not many people there. But get this, right? I walked into that class and I was like, oh my god, I'm the only guy in this class, aren't I? I was like, why am I always the odd one out? But then it's like, oh no, there's actually 2 other guys. And they showed up, and it's like, okay, so these 2 guys, they're deaf. So the only other guys in this class are deaf. And I blend in with them in a way with that, because I barely speak. when I did speak today to some of the other members of this class, once again, I get a comment on my accent sounding more American than Welsh. I must sound very surreal to people I meet. Really, they must be like, you don't sound like you're from here, but you are. It's like, and not only are you from here, but you've always been from here? Holy shit, how'd you get that accent? My assumption is probably a lot of American stuff I probably watched. Like comedies, I remember watching Comedy Central years ago. And then there's YouTubers, a lot of them are Americans, so that probably influenced it. I have no idea, it's kind of odd, really. I wonder what type of American accent it sounds like, though, because there's a variety of different accents for every place. But anyways, let's get on with it. Let's continue back with the plots. I want to see if we can complete this by, October. And then I'll be put on hold inevitably for the October LPs, and then come back in November, and we'll go through the last question arc, and then we go through the next answer arc. And if by that point, we get to November, go through the last question arc, and then after that go through the first answer arc. And if after all that time has passed, there's still not another release for the second answer arc, I'll be like, what the hell's taking so long? It's been what? The first answer arc was released 29th of April. It's been months, man. But anyways, Keiichi, he carried out his plan, and now he's continuing it. It was a long night indeed, Keiichi. 11 days, that's how long that night was for you. I sunk the shovel into the puddle right next to the corpse. The ground was even looser here than I'd thought, and the shovel's tip easily slid inside it. I had to hurry and dig. If I took too much time, I might lose my energy and strength again. It felt almost like digging a hole in the sand at the beach. It was easy to dig, but no matter what, the muddy water kept flowing in, covering the hole. That's completely unrelated, but it's also adds to gives me more reason for why I took a break for this LP for a few days. I mean, not that I don't know. Did anyone even notice it? Hey, look at this. Oh, you can't see it to the side, but this part right here uploaded on the 12th, so it's the 18th today. It's been a few days. And I'll be uploading this part today. So, how many days is that? Actually, that's not really all that many days, really, apart. But since I upload, one video every 2 days for this channel, it's notably, at least 2 days skipped on that. And that's because, I've got stuff to do. With, recording for this so frequently, not only does it make it more likely for it to be, so many... God, speak with shit. Essentially, it would make it so that we'd catch up too much of it. That'll be like the equivalent of, say, an anime based on a manga, catching too much up with a manga that they don't have any new material. That's essentially what would happen. And the other reasons is, busy. Ow, 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 ow. October LPs, college, shit like that. And I'd also realized that before October rolls around, I've still got to record at least 2 parts for Pokemon XP Gale Darkness. So you gotta add that into it as well. And recording for this on a regular basis would certainly just be nuts in that kind of situation. And on one more random note, last week being chaotic because the aforementioned college, 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for the language. Wednesday was my day where I just kind of did recording for the upcoming October LPs. I'll just insert a random brief clip preview of it. Do I really want to do that? I don't want to spoil it, but this channel is, my the end channel, so it's not like I'm spoiling it before I get to the trailer on my main channel. I don't know what I'm even rambling about. It's a blind LP of a franchise I've not actually properly played before, and I suck at it so far. It is the HD remastered version of Resident Evil. I will insert a random clip to show that sums up just how my progress in that game has been so far. Right here.
Ah! Get off! What? That was fucking stupid. I was at full health and I got mauled to death by a dog. This game's fucking weird like that.
And then, okay, so I did that on Wednesday, Thursday, it was like, language course, guitar lesson. And you know what? That wasn't the end of it for that. No, throwing more chaos. Friday, had a wisdom tooth removed. It had 4 roots. 4 roots! I wouldn't have really thought anything of it, if not for the fact that apparently 2 is the norm and 3 is kind of uncommon and 4 is rare. It's like, wow, 4 roots, eh? Neat. Anyway, let's actually freaking get to the plot. God damn, I have to click on it twice. Forgot all about that. The taking it wasn't going as well as I'd hoped. Keiichi, I'm sorry that I've not been paying much attention to you, but I don't care. I dug and the water would go in, so I couldn't get a sense of how deep it was. The only way for me to measure it was to bury my own foot in the mud. Not to get off subject again, but only briefly, just to point out that, have you noticed this happens all the time? When I start recording, it starts off with a bunch of rambling, and then eventually, as the recording progresses, I start to focus more on it and less rambling. Anyways, I'm digging just fine. It's alright, don't be disheartened. Dig, dig, dig. Yeah. Like a diglet, occasionally a car would come by on the road, and I'd hurry to hide myself in the trees. Everyone was only passing through. They wouldn't have their eyes peeled in this kind of darkness. I understood it logically, but I still couldn't help but hide. What I was really scared of wasn't quite that one of those cars would coincidentally happen to witness me here. It was that the distance I could spot cars from was getting gradually shorter. At first I noticed the splashing sound from really far away as cars drove through them. I started noticing less and less and with the car that just passed by. I didn't notice it until the headlights were upon me. Maybe the reason why there's so many cars passing by is because it's all Tatarigoroshi, right? Maybe it's people driving home, essentially. Like, I imagine some of them live, like, a fair distance. Like, the village sounds like it's a reasonable size, actually. They own cars and drive and all that. And there's probably residents from the town that have come in, maybe, as well, for it. I don't know. I felt my senses growing duller by the second. Someone were to take a peek and secret as I was burying the body at the worst possible time, maybe I wouldn't even notice. The moment I thought that, I took a good look all around me and saw trees. I roused all my half-asleep senses and searched for signs of presence nearby. What if I found out someone was spying on me from the trees? The trees are spies! A carnivorous feeling snarled at me, glaring. If there was, then I would dig another hole. I've come this far already. Jesus Christ, Keiichi. In order to achieve perfection, I didn't care how much more I had to pay. Or if it was one of your friends, though, Keiichi. I didn't know what kind of face I was making at the time, but it was definitely brilliantly glaring on me. My 5 senses reached the conclusion that nobody was present. I didn't breathe a sigh of relief. How long had I been digging this mud out of here? It was deep enough for it to go up to my knees. Maybe this was enough. Maybe I throw the corpse in as a test. I swallow, getting my breathing under control. And that's a thing. Since I have my wisdom tooth removed, I've had that horrible feeling where when you swallow, it gives that kind of like a sore throat. Because it's still a bit sore. And, that's another thing. When it was getting taken out, my freaking mouth gums were numbed completely, so I didn't feel any pain. But that doesn't stop the freaking horrible sound. It's like taking out the tuft. It's like sound like fucking bones breaking. Despite how much I'd beaten him, I was afraid of touching the corpse. So instead, I dragged it by the feet to the hole. It took more than just a waggle and a tug to do it, but of course it did. Considering this man's weight was easily 18 kilograms, I rallied all my strength and dragged him. At this point, my groundless fears that he might suddenly start moving again had vanished long ago. Keiichi, you're gonna need... well, you can't burn the body because it's raining. But you gotta do it, man. I'm thinking of Resident Evil now. That game. I don't know if the zombies get up, like, after a while or not, and that's why you have to burn them or shoot off their heads. But seriously, that just made me think of Resident Evil. Well, obviously I would. I've been playing it the past few days. Well, I've only played 2 record sessions for it so far, but I've played quite a number of hours of it so far. So, yeah, I fail at combat, that's for sure. Bloody zombies. At this point, my groundless fear is that he might run away. But you know what? The hounds are much worse than the zombies. His body fit perfectly into the muddy hole. It was more than deep enough. Alright, let's bury him. Quickly. If I did a perfect job of burying it here, everything would be over. I would hide it in the hole, and none of this would have ever happened. When I realized I only had a little further to go to finish everything, I was wrapped with pointless anxiety like I was in a race against time. It was like I was absorbed in a delusion that if I didn't bury the body quickly, it might come back to life. Just don't bury in a pet cemetery, Keiichi. In any case, in a great rush, I poured mud and dirt into the hole. If I didn't work efficiently, someone might find me here. Until now, I figured if someone saw, I'd just kill him, but not anymore. I was arrested with such absolute fear that if someone saw me, it would all be over. So I finished the work off. It was a total mess. Splish, splash, splish, splash. I threw the surface of the shovel across the ground, trying to make it flat. I was completely covered in mud at that point. The rain washed the mud off my body, but not off my now blackened clothing. My body and mind were caked with panic, with fear, with rain and sweat and mud. My shoulders heaving, I threw down the shovel and sat down in the mud. I was so exhausted that I wanted to lie down right here and sleep in the mud. It was over. This time, for real. It was over! The man was now in the bottom of the wet dirt. Right this moment, there were traces that this place had been dug up, but the rain and flowing muddy water would completely cover it all within moments. Yes, it was over. I did it. I did it. You motherfucker! Is there a Japanese equivalent of saying motherfucker though? And then I fell over backwards, face up in the mud. Oh wait, this is that one. Probably won't pick it out. I figured out this spot. Actually, yeah, I think it's C sharp minor. So that would be a G sharp, E, F sharp, C sharp. Those are the intervals. I'm thinking out the rest, though, but just remember that. And then I fell over back and face down and looked in the mouse. That would really sound like mystery, that too. Raindrops coated my face wet and messy, but I didn't care. After staying there for a while, resting my mind, I got it again. And you know what I'm realizing? This part isn't gonna have a freaking different thumbnail, is it? It's either gonna be this background, which I think the previous part had, the same thumbnail, or it's going to be like, I don't know. But the previous part's only got 4 views, man. What's up with that? It's like the other parts before, 22 views and 20 views. I really am starting to think it's a YouTube glitch. Because no way, if so many people watched the video, then surely it'd be consistent and have it like 20-something views on the upload from few days back, the previous part. But no, it was over. So let's go home. You already buried the whole thing. So now it's like it's never happened. It never happened, so there's no reason for me to stay out here and get rained on. I won't go to my feet. I wouldn't use the shovel anymore. I consider this a little time I've learned it. But I didn't have the strength in my absolute exhaustion. I didn't really need to take it apart anyway. Dragging the shovel behind me, I headed towards the lights. And it was a car. I stood up my bike. It had been laying in the grass by the road. I didn't know how I was going to get the still assembled shovel into the front basket. I put the shovel down the back of my shirt like I'd done with a baseball bat. He's gonna need one hell of a shower or a bath. Unlike the bat, the corner of it was on my back, making it very painful. Plus, if I relaxed my posture even a little, it would fall out behind me. I ended up having to carry the shovel in my left hand and ride my bike using only my right hand. Not only was I in a state of total exhaustion, this was a downpour. One hand on the handlebars. I would swing to and fro like a drunk. But I didn't care. Even swaying like this, I got a little closer to home every time I panicked. D sharp, F, E, F sharp, C sharp. I was trying to go with the freaking tune as I was playing those notes, but no. I saw two lights swinging slowly in front of me. A car was approaching. Oh no, I need to get out of the way. From far away in the shadows of the darkness, a car appeared. Its dazzling lights washed over me. The driver made a short honk of the horn to inform me I was in the middle of the road. I have to get out of the way. I kept telling myself that, but not only was I riding one-handed, I was exhausted, so I couldn't do anything. Wobble, 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 I'm in the about, not to going to the right or to the left. The driver started to swerve out of the way right in front of me, and without lowering its speed much, then he came towards me. Probably giving you the middle finger as it passes by, maybe. So that line grew larger in my vision, and telling myself again that I really need to get out of the way, I jerked the handlebars in one direction, then lost my balance and fell with the bike and all. My whole body splayed out, and one foot got caught in the bike. Ow. This was seriously bad. My drowsiness quickly vanished, and just as a cold sweat broke out on my skin, the driver recklessly spun the wheel to the left, made a counterclockwise U-turn, and came right up to me and stopped. The driver's seat door opened, and the driver came out. "You idiot, what are you doing here?" I was pretty sure someone would yell at me like that. I think I know who this is gonna be. Oh wait, no it isn't. Oh wait, I think I know. Oh my, look who it is. It was a woman's voice and one I knew. I lifted my face off the ground and looked at her. It's Takano. Takano-san. Good evening. Konbanwa and all that shit. The moon is very pretty tonight. My Baraku. It was raining far too hard to see the moon. Takano-san unfolded her umbrella and smiled as she spoke. That smile was for some reason uncanny, like she'd seen right through me. Of all the people I could have met, I got a sudden feeling that this was the one I wanted to see the least. Bullshit, Keiichi, you're not thinking straight, because he was exhausted. The one he wouldn't want to meet in this situation is Oishi, because he'd freaking be on his ass right there, like, "Oh, my Barakun, what's with the shovel? What are you doing out here in the pouring rain on your bike?" It's just like, shit. What are you doing out so late? And you're soaked and covered in mud, and no umbrella either. What is that? A shovel. She had come here by a car. She wouldn't have known what I was just doing. And yet she smiled as though she knew everything. Calm down, Keiichi, my Bara. She always makes that mysterious-looking smile, remember? Don't let her onto anything. At least you dig your own grave. Rumors say you were playing baseball with a golf club. Is that what the shovel's for too? You're using it as an umbrella. I should tell a good lie here. If I could just do that, things would work out. When I went with Renan to go digging for treasure at the dam, we forgot this there. And you went to get it in this downpour? Well, when I left my house, I didn't think it would rain, so... Oh, it's been raining for a while, though. You've been out for quite some time, haven't you? Well, yes, I was kind of wandering around. You know, on the other, in the other question arcs, I don't know if we ever really saw too far into the night of the Tatarigoroshi. Because after the festival's over, they'd all just go home with the previous ones. So it makes you wonder, did it rain during those times, or is it making an exception for this one? It's like, no, Keiichi, we must symbolize that you have crossed a path that you should not have, pouring down with rain. Symbolism. Even so, you came from that direction, didn't you? The dam is in the opposite direction, you know. Takano-san was clearly aware that something exceedingly abnormal was happening when they... Wait, this track. Is this the track I was thinking of? Might have been. But I think it might have been someone else as well. It's like a music box. It made me think of this random visual novel, I think, that was on a Super Nintendo. Let's player that I've watched called Zeta Plays stumbled upon, and he doesn't speak Japanese, doesn't understand Japanese at all, and it's all in Japanese, so he made up his own story. And there's one part in the video essentially where there's like this really puny piano melody playing, and I can't remember, it was one of these tracks kind of remind me of it, not like overly puny sounding where it's just like, that sucks, what kind of melody is that? I mean, this one has kind of something going on with, I don't know, might be a different track I'm thinking of. But anyways, unrelated, so Takano-san clearly aware of something like that. I know what was happening with it, and as she played her little word game, she was enjoying driving me into a corner. Maybe she had a vague guess just from the situation of what I'd been doing. My timing really sucked to run into her of all people of all the times. Just like, so Keiichi, what were you doing with a shovel outside during the pouring rain? Gardening? At the very end, I could only be frustrated at my terrible luck. Betty probably, wishes that he just ditched the shovel at the spot. But then it would be suspicious that either way, really, wouldn't it? I'd done so much, and the end was literally right around the corner. Come to think of it, didn't he leave the other shovel in the forest somewhere as well? Or something like that? I'd done so much, and the end was literally right around the corner. So why at the very, very end did I run into her, of all people? Well, it could have been worse, like I said. You run into Oishi, and you'd probably be fucked on the spot. Not in a literal way, obviously, but you get the idea. He'd be like, all the questions he'd ask Keiichi, and Keiichi would not be able to get out of that situation. What do you do, Keiichi Maibara? You're still holding something that could be a dangerous weapon. Will you silence Takano-san? Jeez, man. Even if it would be simple to kill Takano-san, dealing with a car she'd come in afterwards would be an issue. I mean, look, this all started out with Keiichi being like, we've done nothing, we can do nothing, I'm gonna fuck that motherfucker up, because that's the only solution I can think of. And once he accomplished that, it's like, okay, you've done your bit, Keiichi. As fucked up as it is, you've done your bit now. That's alright. And now he's like, no, if anyone else sees it, then they must die too. Now he's kind of contradicting where he was mentioned quite a bit earlier, where he was just like, oh, and after the deed is done, he'd never, kill someone ever again. And what's he do? He's like, oh, but witnesses, I must kill you too, maybe, perhaps. I couldn't drive a car. It was completely different from a motorbike. I mean, you're just making this even worse for yourself, Keiichi. But even if the car was here, as long as there was no proof I killed her, Yes, in tonight's downfall, without any prior planning, all by coincidence, a hit and run. As long as I didn't drop any handkerchiefs with my initials on them, they would never know I killed her. A black flame quietly smoldered and raged in the core of my body. That's a scary look. Did I tease you too much? Takano started to laugh by herself and frankly stopped talking about it. But the dark clouds in my mind didn't go away. Leaving that aside, how long are you planning on crawling on the ground with your bike like that? Would you mind moving out of the way? If I moved, she would leave. So I tried to get the bicycle up and out of the way, but then twisted my ankle in and fell over. Shit! That was a sharp pain in the ankle I twisted. This is nonsense. A sprained ankle? Now? Well, he fell, so, bound down. Come on, are you alright? You keep twisting her ankle. Takano squats down and takes a good look at the ankle I keep rubbing. She compares it to my facial expression, apparently trying to gauge how bad the wound was. Can you stand? I didn't expect to, but I couldn't even stand up. It was all I could do to shamelessly wriggle on the ground like a caterpillar. Now just picture Keiichi just literally kind of crawling around like a caterpillar on his way home. That would be a sight. Takano looked at her watch, then at her car, and after thinking for a moment, opened the passenger seat door. And then gave me her shoulder to stand up with. I'll take you home. I do feel bad since it's almost like I hit you. Sorry. I wouldn't just leave you there. It's a good thing I'm a nice person. Nobody good has ever called themselves a nice person, but that would have been a terrible thing to say to someone holding me up like this. I took Takano's hand and sat down in the passenger seat. Takano went around the back and looked at my bike on the ground. I don't suppose we could take the bicycle home tomorrow. I could clearly tell from her face that she thought it would be a pain since it would be heavier and it would get her car dirty. Well, wouldn't he himself? I mean, he's been lying in the mud for crying out loud. But the bike has the name of my bar written on it. I couldn't leave it out here like this. Well, can you somehow put it in the car? I sort of need it. The trunk is already full. If I put it in the back seat, it'll get the seats dirty with mud. Well, given how you've already an injury here, it's already dirty, I suppose. I turn back to the back seat and see someone's folding bicycle there already. It still looked big enough to fit my bike in there as well. My expression reflected my thoughts, and the exact thoughts seemed to get through to her. Alright. I'll put it in here for you. It'll be really nice, but just for the night, okay? Takano continued with her mean jokes, but she hoisted my bike and moved it into the back seat for me. The mean jokes were one thing, but couldn't she do something about that huge smile of hers? And even more importantly than the bike, I didn't want to leave the shovel here. The shovel could be directly connected to the buried body and the movement. Sorry to ask another favor, but could you get my shovel too? Takano gave me a clearly dubious expression. A shovel. That's fine with me. Is it important? The more I talk, the worse it gets for me. That's how I felt, so I didn't force myself to answer her. Eventually, at last, by my silence, Takano gave a short shrug and sighed. Alright, I understand. You need your shovel right. You don't need to make such a mean face. Takano brought over the shovel that was lying in the middle of the road. I clutched it like I'd never let go of it again. Takano watched me with a puzzled look. Okay, let's be off. Maibara-kun, you live at the Maibara Mansion, don't you? I mean, it is the Maibara Mansion, after all. Except it's not actually a mansion, it's just a big house. Wait, isn't that the meaning of what a mansion is? Just a big house? I think, maybe. Why does everyone call my house the Maibara Mansion? Because it's actually a mansion. It must be nice to be rich. As she spoke, Takano pulled the handbrake and stepped on the gas. After making a skillful U-turn using the shoulder of the road, she steadily increased in speed. From the rear-view mirror, that accursed place seemed to melt into the darkness. What? head? Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. What was that? Takano-san suddenly tried to say something to me, but fortunately I didn't catch it. Looking ahead, Takano-san said the same thing one more time. The body. How well was it buried? I thought my heart might beat out of my chest, but I didn't let it show. But my lungs were squeezed tight and I couldn't breathe. What are you talking about? When burying bodies in mountains like this, you have to bury it fairly deep because wild dogs will often smell the corpse and dig it out. Some human bone a wild dog brings back in its mouth leads to an instant being uncovered. The police head out a stretch of mountains. It actually happens pretty often, you know. Pound, pound, clang, clang. He's probably just like, but I thought my plan was flawless. You know more of this mystery stuff than my mother did. Just like with the whole, story without a beginning is not really a story. It's not interesting because nothing comes of it. But then he completely overlooked something so simple. Huge rusted bell started ringing in my head. Had I buried it so deep that I could say it absolutely wouldn't be found? The answer was no. I was in such a rush to bury him and get it over with that I couldn't deny having possibly buried it too close to the surface. Like, how deep was it buried? Oh, about 2 feet. Who knows? No, wait. That's not... Wait, anyway. What? No, wait. That's not... Wait, anyway. What the hell? That's not... Wait, anyway. That's not... Wait, anyway. That's not... Wait, anyway. Does that sentence even make any sense? I mean, if he was speaking, it could make sense, like he's pausing with, like, that's not, wait, anyway, but it's a thought. Maybe it could imply that, it's like, that's not, wait, anyway. This woman, how does she know? She had just passed by here in her car by coincidence, and we ran into each other by coincidence. If she had been watching the entire thing from the trees, and once I left, she came back in her car, it didn't make logical sense. So then, why? Keiichi Maibara, that's it. You need to kill her. Well, if you're going to do that, Keiichi, at least wait until she parks, My entire body reawakened and I could feel my pupils dilate. I couldn't possibly beat her to death with a shovel in such a small car. Is it? Well, you can put bikes in it, so it's probably got back seats as well. Or maybe it's doesn't, and they're like stored like what's it called, a bonnet? I think it probably does have backseat, so it's probably just really cramped. And then I would use my hands and strangle her, but she was driving right now. If I strangled her, we might get into an accident. It would be pretty much certain. Then suddenly Takano-san turned and looked at me. What? No with your retort? For a moment I was surprised. What was she talking about? It would seem we're not a very good match. Takano-san said, disappointed, turning her gaze ahead. I repeated the words she'd said a few times in my head and finally realized she meant it as an off-color joke. I didn't know whether it was really a joke, but I wouldn't be able to fool her no matter how many lies I told. Right now, with her driving a car like this, I couldn't kill her. I would have an even harder time doing it when we got back to my house. That moment we met, that had been my best chance. And to have missed it so easily, it hurts. Like your ankle did. But Keiichi, that's the thing right there. He wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. Because, he fucked up his ankle. He wouldn't be able to even approach her properly, let alone actually kill her. And even if he did, what the fuck would he do then? Crawl back home? Or would he just pass out there on the spot? And, that would make his situation worse. After that, Takano-san didn't say a single word. The car was completely buried in an almost suffocating silence. What kind of woman had I run into? With everything that happened today, I managed to pull it off, and at the very end of it all, I just had to go home and get back to sleep. What bad luck. As my sleepiness gradually overtook me, the anxiety I felt steadily started to matter less and less. Is this alright, Keiichi, my boy? You probably should not leave this woman alive. Right now, I'm tired. You stepped on the brakes and I jerked against my seatbelt. That woke me up. I thought I must have fallen asleep by accident. I looked out the window and there was a big building with faint lights on. It was really dark out, but I knew immediately it was my house. I'll go get your folks for you. Would you mind the place for a few moments while I'm gone? Don't make fun of me, please. Besides, look, I'm fine now. I can walk by myself. Oh my, you were in such pain before that you had to get me to carry you. Did you just want a pretty lady to be nice to you? As Takano stood, she left the car and opened up her umbrella. The sound of falling raindrops was fierce as always. I carefully reached down and rubbed the ankle I twisted. There was still some pain and a little weirdness, but they weren't that bad anymore. Rather than being happy about how light the wound was, I first regretted this whole thing. If I hadn't twisted my ankle, I could have still taken me up from killing Takano right then and there. There probably wasn't much doubt that Takano was convinced I was involved in some sort of crime. If she knew about everything happening with Satoko, then she might have even guessed I'd killed somebody. And you know, to be fair, it makes sense, because remember when he met up with her and Tomochake, and he brought up Satoko's uncle, it's like, so, what are the odds that he get killed on with Tatarigoroshi? What a suspicious question you asked that time, eh? Clink. Let me send open the passenger side door for me. You're sure you don't need my shoulders? I wouldn't mind doing it for you again. I ignored her and answered by getting out with all by myself. The rain was still pretty intense. I got my bicycle out of the back seat. I was a bit curious who the other bike belonged to, but that didn't matter right now. I let Takano hold the umbrella open, then pushed my bicycle up to the front door. I was about to say gate, but door. Thank you very much, I'll be fine now. My ankle hurt so much earlier, and it still did, but it aggravated me that it hadn't even been that bad. You know what? So, let's see here. I can't remember. Was it? I think it was. That's leg. I think ankle was the same as leg, though. Alright. Ashikubi. Ankle. And there was, where is the other one? Let us say what Keiichi would be saying right about now in his actual language, or Japanese. Where is it? Okay, so okay, so Ashikubiga Itaides. I had the ga to connect the two together though. I still don't fully understand it. But you got like these particles that kind of connect words together essentially. But yeah, that's how he feels right now. His ankle is in pain. And my ankle has everybody the guy read me that it hadn't even been that bad. It was really seriously terrible. Alright, I hope you're leaving then. Keep it a secret that we had a nice evening drive together by ourselves, okay? Especially from Jiro-san. Jiro-san? Oh, she meant Tomochake-san. Coach calls him by his first name. Okay, so I was confused by that. I was like, what's the first name? It's like, yeah, it makes sense. Tomochake would be his last name. But it's because they always call him that, but that's how it is in Japan, isn't it? Unless you're overly familiar with someone, you usually call them by their surname. It's kind of like Takano, her first name is Mio. But rarely hear her refer to that because, Keiichi's the protagonist and he's not overly familiar with her enough to actually go by first name basis, is it? His full name must be Jiro Tomitake then. Jiro, and then the other bike, the folding one in the backseat. But I didn't care about it first, suddenly came to mind. Hey, excuse me, I'm from Enemy's Hour, right? On the day before yesterday, I wrote near the dam half-street. Tomitake-san talked to me. And the bicycle he'd been riding, it was... That bicycle in the back belongs to Tomitake-san. No, it's, Keiichi. The bicycle in the back belongs to Tomitake-san, doesn't it? Now, what was bicycle in Japanese? God damn, I learned this word ages ago. Can't think if it's what I'm thinking of, or... Was it Jitensha or something like that? I want to ride by myself. I always think of that. What is that? Jitensha, yeah, that's bike. And then you've got like motorbike, which is motobai, maybe? Written in katakana, so I'm assuming that's it. Like, I haven't memorized all of katakana, but anytime I see it and it's actually got the word in English next to it, it makes the pronunciation easy because it's pretty much similar to how it would be in English usually. And that's why it's written in katakana. But it sounds always, I think they sharpened for a minute. And why do you think that? I saw it when I first met him before. The frame stood out to me.